Romans chapter 6 and in verse 7. Open to it. If you are there, you read for us. Be not deceived. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. It doesn't matter what the man sows, he must reap it. It does not matter what you sow, you must reap it. When beans is planted at times, some of them are taken away by termites and other kind of pests, and they don't grow well. And we don't reap them at times. When rice is planted, similar thing happens. When yam is planted, similar thing happens. There are pests that affect plantations. But on the part of the work of God, or the issue that concerns the kingdom, whatever you sow will not be rotten. The reward for it will wait for you. God has sent me here this morning to make it plain to everybody that you are the greatest of all deceivers of the generation. If you feel there is something you are doing, or there is something you have done, and you are not going to be paid for it. There is no escape when it comes to the things of God. Or generally in life, there is no escape when it comes to the about character. We preach so much about life, and the main reason is because we know that the reward of life is a must, is a sure thing. There is a story of a rich man and another poor man whose name is Lazarus in the Bible. The rich man was so rich, and the poor man Lazarus always goes to the rich man's house because of hunger. And the story states that whenever Lazarus comes, he doesn't eat from the plate. Don't even care giving him food in a beggar's plate. The man will eat. Then the crumbs that falls from the table, that is what Lazarus eats. Not the crumb that falls to the table. It is the ones that falls from the table. That means the man cannot dare touch anything that drops on the table. He must wait until something falls from the table. The rich man treated Lazarus lesser than a dog. The man Lazarus died and went to heaven, sat in the bosom of Abraham. And the man who was very rich on earth died too. And the man was burning. The torment was too much, and he began to shout. He started crying. He was begging Abraham to please send Lazarus to go and talk to his brethren out there. He told him, nobody comes here and leaves. There are prophets out there who are preaching. If your brethren don't listen to them, fine. They will come to where you are too. So arrogant. Hear this. I believe if God could say there are prophets there, and that Lazarus will not be sent to his brethren, then I believe strongly that the rich man, when he was on earth, there were preachers who preached to him too. But he refused. I believe some of the preachers that preached to him, he would maybe unleash his dogs. You understand those kind of persons? When preachers come and knock at their gate, they release their dogs. Rich man, so big, so rich on earth, that when you look at them, you start demanding and start praying to be like them. May God never allow our situations to be like that. I said, may the Lord never allow our situations to be like that. Send Lazarus. Abraham, the rich man that could order Lazarus around when they were on earth, can no longer order him around there. The rich man is now begging Abraham to please send Lazarus. He knew that he was so unworthy to send Lazarus for anything. And I like to bring that to our lives on earth now. The same way, there are people who are just so comfortable. So comfortable, so blessed, so financially balanced that nothing about God looks like anything to them again. There are people that when it comes for church project and they are putting anything in, within them, they are helping the church. And some within them, they are helping the pastor. That's what they think. That money is gone. You know what you don't call? That money is gone. You can't put money into God's project with the mindset of you are helping the church or helping the pastor. You put fuel in the generator with the mindset of I am helping the church, helping the pastor, and be for it. That money is gone. No. The one that is going to be multiplied, going to be put together, shaken, and be multiplied and be given to you, is the one you gave with the mindset of this is God's work. And you give it in humility. You know, there are people that give theirs in pride. You give it in humility. How many of you have witnessed in the church when we call people to come outside for something they need to do? And some don't like coming out. How many of you have witnessed that before? You say come out, they don't like coming out. I've seen many people sit on their seat. Ima, come, gift. And they call them from there while others are standing outside. The rich man was like that too. But I hope you saw his end. The money couldn't speak for him. Everything he spent in the church was wasted. His whole effort on earth was a wasted effort. Nothing could stand for him. Then when you come to normal life, it was something else. Let me tell us this. When you read the story of the rich man and Lazarus, you will not be able to point out when the rich man fornicated. You will not be able to point out when the rich man committed adultery. You won't be able to point out when the rich man, are you with me? When he committed one kind of sin, he killed somebody, you won't be able to point out. When the rich man looked at the servant and insulted the servant, you will not be able to draft that out anywhere. But he went to hell. Can I ask us, what took him to hell? Do you know it could be the treatment of Lazarus? Just because he saw a beggar who was begging and all he could do was just to sit there and eat and the crumbs that falls to the ground. That is what he watched the beggar to eat. Some of the things we do and we take them lightly are very, very heavy in the sight of God. Some of the things we do and we look at them somehow, they could be very, very heavy in the sight of God. Yet we do them as if they don't matter. We do things that seems they don't matter. They matters a lot. There are people that are going to be shocked that they that are busy judging the fornicators, judging the adulterers and adulteresses, they that are busy judging the androbbers and judging all sort of people, the ritualists. There are people who are going to be shocked seeing those who are not doing all these things later in hell. You will be surprised seeing the people that are not in fornication, the people that are not in adultery, the people that doesn't kill, the people that don't insult. You'll be shocked seeing them in hell. Do you know on the last day, questions will multiply? Some people will be asking, what really brought this one here? Little things that seems they don't matter, they matter so much. When you look at them keenly, you will realize that some of these things, the state of the heart is the major cause. The state of the heart is the major cause.